Today, I'm going to give you the responsive search ads best practices that will get you higher click-through rates and lower cost per clicks in Google Ads. We'll start by giving you the best practices you should always follow. I'll also throw in the headlines formula I use for all my Google Ads clients. And keep watching till the end because I will then walk you through a screen share of how I create responsive search ads using these best practices. It's the same way I create responsive search ads that I use on client accounts making literally tens of millions of dollars. Alright, let's start with the responsive search ads best practices you can use today to get more sales from Google Ads. A good responsive search ads best practice is to have a solid formula for your headlines. Headlines have way more impact on your click-through rate than the descriptions do, so focus time and effort here on the headlines. Here's the exact formula that I use. Firstly, I recommend having 3 headlines that mention and promote your actual brand. Find different ways of writing and promoting your actual brand and make sure to include your brand name within these headlines. Then you want 3 headlines that have either features, benefits, or USPs of your product or service. Anything that makes you stand out from the competition. Next up, when I say keyword relevance, what I mean is that you want to have headlines that feature the exact keywords that are in your ad group, the most highly searched ones. The need for keyword relevant headlines is also why you need to have properly structured ad groups, and I will dive into that point a little bit later in this video. Next up, we have 3 call to action headlines. Tell the user what you actually want them to do once they get on your site. Boring stuff like buy now and sign up today can work. However, I would try and insert some more interesting call to actions here wherever possible. For example, an eye supplement brand, instead of just buy now, might say something like get clearer vision today. You get up to 15 responsive search ad headlines, and we've done 12 at this point. The final 3 I would use as a sort of flex spot. Insert in here whatever you want. It could be 2 more keyword and 1 more USP headlines, for example. Whatever you can come up with that seems good and relevant. Later in this video is a screen share where I actually build a responsive search ad here with you. During that screen share, I will be showing you real live examples of each of these types of headlines, so hang around till later to get a visual illustration of what each of these types of headlines actually look like. When crafting your headlines for your responsive search ads, make sure to use as much variety as possible. Google can do a lot of testing and learning for you, but if all your headlines and descriptions sound the same, it's not going to learn very much at all. For example, let's say you have 3 call to action headlines for your eye supplement brand, and they are buy now, buy today, buy here. First off, how boring is that? But secondly, and more importantly, Google's algorithm is not going to be able to test and learn as much as if your headlines were more varied. Something like this instead. Buy now, get clearer vision today, upgrade your eyes. So when crafting your ad copy, make sure to include plenty of variation in your ad elements to help give the Google algorithm the best chance at finding a winning combination for you. You'll be grateful later that you took the time to do this when you see your click-through rates going up and up and up. When writing responsive search ads in Google Ads, you will notice that there's a little ad strength indicator popping up at the top as you go along. Looking at this example ad here, we can see that the ad strength is currently listed as average, and the indicator is giving me a suggestion to add some more unique headlines. What I want to say here is that this is a useful indicator, and you should look at it when first crafting your responsive search ads. Pay attention to it and try to get your ad strength to at least good. At the same time, know that ad strength is not a true indicator of performance. So don't sweat it if all your ads are not given the excellent ad strength rating. Things like click-through rate, return on ad spend, cost per conversion, those really are performance indicators. It's totally possible for an ad to have low ad strength but strong actual performance. Ad strength is just Google's indicator that kind of says you have created the ad the way we think you should. But Google isn't always right. Look at ad strength if you don't yet have a lot of data, but when you do, you should judge ads on real performance metrics, not ad strength. How you structure your ad groups in Google Ads has a huge impact on the performance of your responsive search ads. So this is actually the main thing to think about, in my opinion, when creating your ad group structure in Google Ads. Ad groups are exactly what they sound like, groups of keywords that are going to be shown the same set of ads. So you need to make sure the keywords in each ad group are tightly themed around a single product or service. Let's say you are a roofing company and you have services for roof repair as well as roof installation. Those two services should be in separate ad groups, one for roof repair and one for roof installation. That way, you can then craft custom ad copy speaking to the unique needs and language of each type of customer. Those two types of customers are going to be typing different things into Google and will react to different things in your ad copy. So, for high-performing ad copy, make sure all your keywords are broken out into ad groups that have a very clear theme and one specific landing page that you can send those users to. When you create your responsive search ads in Google Ads, you'll notice that below your headlines and descriptions, you're going to see some extra asset types to fill in, such as business name, images, and so on. Let's take a look. So here we can see that there are all these other asset types: images, business name, logo, and then there is this drop down here to see even more asset types. You do want to fill out every single one of these asset types, but you do not need to do it at the ad group level every time you create a new ad. Instead, do it at the account level just one time. Creating these other asset types at the account level will auto apply them to every ad in every ad group and every campaign. From the All Campaigns screen, click into the Asset section on the sidebar. Click the plus box. Not every asset type is possible for every type of business. For example, app extensions only apply to app advertisers. Location extensions are only important if you have a physical store location that you want customers to be able to find and walk into. So while you may not be able to fill out every single type of extension type, you should fill out every single one that is possible for your business. The more extension types you properly fill out, the better your CTR will be, as you'll be giving Google more options to choose from when displaying ads to users. When you create the assets, having clicked here from the All Campaigns screen, you will see the option to be able to add the asset at the account level. That's what you want to do, as then they will be applied to all ad groups without the need for adding them separately into each ad group. It's a big time saver. An important responsive search ads best practice in Google Ads is to put relevant keywords into your display path. This is a simple step that boosts your CTR, but for some reason most people seem to miss it off. When you're writing your ad copy, you will notice the display path field here. Google leaves it as an optional field, which is maybe why lots of people leave it out. But you should absolutely fill it out and try and stuff keywords in here that are relevant to the keyword the user searched for. Doing so in every responsive search ad you write will provide a boost to CTR at no additional cost, except the 3 seconds it took for you to fill in the field. When your responsive search ads have been running for a while, an important best practice is to come in, check the performance of each headline and description, and optimize. When I say optimize, what I mean is you want to find anything with bad performance and try and improve it by swapping it out for something with hopefully better performance. Click to the ads section of your ad group. Underneath your responsive search ad, you will see this button here to view asset details. Click on it. Inside your asset details, you are going to see this column here called performance. You generally want all your headlines and descriptions to be at least good. So anytime you spot something in here with a bad performance rating, simply click in to edit the ad, get rid of that headline or description, and write a new one that you think will do better. In this case, you can see a lot of these assets are in learning mode and we don't have any bad performance ones. Well, that's because I practice what I preach. The assets in here that say learning are learning because we already noticed that they were performing lower and have changed them to swap in better performing headlines. Alright, so now it's time for me to walk the walk and actually write a responsive search ad here on a screen share and demonstrate in real time how I use these best practices I've shared with you thus far. Let's jump over to my computer screen and go through it together. So here we are inside of Google Ads for my example ad group, and in this example I am going to be creating ads as if I were advertising this product here. It's the Stand 1 Max MagSafe charger, which is a Nomad brand product for this awesome Apple charging device. And in my ad group there's many different types of keywords that we could use for this product, but this particular ad group is tightly themed. I'm using that best practice of tightly theming the ad group around a single theme, and the theme for this ad group is MagSafe. So like MagSafe charger, MagSafe chargers, MagSafe phone charger. So this ad group is going to be targeting all the keywords around people looking for a MagSafe charger. There's lots of other keywords that would go into different ad groups for this, like for example 3-in-1 charger, wireless iPhone charger. I would actually put those into different ad groups so that I can more tightly theme the ad copy, and the theme of this ad group is going to be MagSafe charger. So let's create some ads. Here we go, and we start by, nope, we don't start with that. We start by going over to ads and assets, click plus to create a new one, and go responsive search ad. And here we have my responsive search ad, and you can see the ad strength indicator up here. We can get a reminder of what keywords are in the ad group up here, and we want to start by inserting the final URL. So always insert the best URL for your product or service. Don't just go with the homepage. Like for this one, we wouldn't want to send people to the homepage. That's not the best URL. The best URL is going to be the one that's closest to the point of purchase, and in this case, it's the product page, not the category page, not the homepage. We're advertising this product, so the final URL should be this exact product page. So we've got the final URL in there. Display path. So remember that a best practice is to insert keywords that are important to your user into the display path. So we're going to do something like this, because this ad group is targeting the MagSafe charger keyword. So we're just going to put the keyword right there in the display path. It's just one extra place for the keyword to appear that tells the user this ad is relevant to what you're looking for. And we're not really going to look at the suggestions for now. We're going to write our own using the formula. So first up, we want 3 brand headlines. Let me just skip ahead to the bit where I filled this out for you. Okay, so I filled in the 3 brand headlines, and you can see I've included the overall store brand in the first 2 headlines, but I haven't just like repeated the same thing. So Nomad Essentials, that's actually a highly searched term. That's how people often search for this brand. Nomad Apple Accessories, so I'm dropping in the Apple brand in there as well. And then Stand 1 Max, which is the actual brand of the product itself. So I've got both the store brand and the product brand within my 3 brand headlines. By the way, you shouldn't really put trademarked brands or terms into your headline if it's someone else's brand. However, I happen to know that Apple is quite okay with people doing this because lots of people resell Apple products. But just be careful about this if it's like a competitor brand that doesn't have resellers and you're not a reseller of their brand and they're protective of their brand. You shouldn't mention other people's brands in your headlines, but in the case of Apple, this is fine. Okay, next up, we are going to have our 3 USPs, benefits or features headlines. So let me just go and fill those out for you. So there you have it. I have filled out 3 USP, benefit or feature headlines. By the way, in this slot, if you've got a good shipping deal, that's a good space to put in something about your shipping. If you have fast shipping, free shipping, worldwide shipping, or if you have all of the above, do try and get a headline in there about your awesome shipping, because users react to that. They do respond to headlines about shipping. For my other 2 USPs and benefits, I've gone with solid metal and glass design, fast Apple device charging, and these are just the general USPs and benefits of this product. Like if you research this product and read this product, you as the business owner for your product, you're just going to know what your USPs and benefits are. But if you're having a hard time, then just research what your landing page says and research what people are saying about your product to jog some ideas, and just get your benefits, features or USPs into the next 3 slots. Next up, we are going to have our 3 keyword relevance headlines. And as a reminder, these are the keywords in our ad group. So the keyword relevance headlines, the 3 that we're going to make, need to have the best keywords from here inside of them. So of course I need MagSafe in there, I need charger in there. So let's go ahead and fill out my 3 keyword relevance headlines. So there you have it, 3 keyword relevance headlines, and the whole idea of these headlines is to tell people that we have exactly what they are looking for. So as a reminder, your brand headlines, the purpose of them is to do a bit of branding, let them know what brands they're clicking on. The next 3 headlines, the purpose is to do features, USPs, benefits. Why should they click on you and not someone else? And then the next 3 are going to be about relevance, saying that we have exactly what you're looking for, and the way we show relevance is to include the keywords that people might be searching into the headline itself. So this ad group is targeting this keyword primarily, MagSafe charger. People might also be searching for 3-in-1 charger, so we included that in the headline. MagSafe iPhone and watch charger, so MagSafe iPhone charger and MagSafe watch charger are both highly searched for terms in this niche. So I've got both of those keywords into this headline. And then finally, for people searching around Apple stuff, Apple MagSafe wireless charger. All the headlines include MagSafe because that's the core theme of this ad group. And then for the rest of the space I had in here, I've just filled it out with other good keywords that are going to be relevant and possibly searched for by my audience. Next up, we've got 6 more headlines we can create. And the next 3 are going to be my call to action headlines. So let me just fill that out for you now. So there I've filled out the call to action headlines, and remember what I said about call to actions is it's okay to use a boring one sometimes, but don't do 3 boring ones. So I've got 1 boring call to action headline, shop online now. Boring call to action headlines can work, they're obvious, and sometimes people just need a bit of an obvious nudge to know what to do. But then I've also gone for 2 interesting call to action headlines, and when I say interesting, I mean like try to make it relevant to your brand, to your product, what people want to do. So get faster charging today, that's one of my interesting call to actions, and charge fast, live more is another one of my sort of more jazzy and interesting call to action headlines. Okay, now I've got my 3 flex spots, the final 3 headlines, and now I'm just going to have a think about what else came to mind. I'm probably going to like just go through my product details, have a think about what else could I feature in here. I might also look at some of the suggestions up here. And let's just skip ahead to where I filled out these headlines for you. And sometimes the suggestions in here can be okay for your 3 flex spots. Let's fill out these now. Okay, I filled out my 3 flex spots. I went with fast iPhone MagSafe charger and official MagSafe technology, and then I went for another boring call to action, and the reason for that is I was struggling to come up with a new headline, and I went to what the Google suggestions are, and Google was really suggesting that we try shop now. I wanted shop online now, but Google's suggesting shop now. So let's just try shop now, and then we need variety in our headlines, right? Google's suggesting shop now, so maybe if Google's suggesting it, it's going to work better than shop online now. But we need variety. We can't be too repetitive. This is too repetitive, so now I'm actually going to go back and change this one. I do want 1 boring call to action in here, so let's go with buy online today. Okay. So that was the principle of variety. I went for shop now. I realized there's not enough variety there, so we're trying something different here. Now we have 4 description lines to fill out. Now what I recommend with your descriptions is that you be generic to your website rather than specific to the product. What I mean is that you should craft a description that can work for any ad on any campaign in your website. So make the description more about you, the business, your brand, and the reason for that is where that will allow us to more easily, quickly copy and paste our ads to all our ad groups. And I do think it's good to customize your description to this specific product. However, I wouldn't do it at this stage. When we're first creating our responsive search ads, I would just do a description that is relevant to your whole store, not the specific product. Then you make all your ads, then you copy and paste these ads into all the ad groups. The description is going to work no matter what ad group you put it in because it's relevant to the whole store. Then you launch, you get data, and then once you have data, you customize the description to the product level, but only for your highest performing, highest clicking ad groups. So after you launch, you're probably going to find that some ad groups don't get much impression share or they don't get many clicks. It's just a low volume search term. It doesn't do a lot of volume. So that's why I don't recommend customizing descriptions at this point. It's like a lot of work, and you might find that some of the ad groups you're customizing for later on don't actually get many clicks. So launch with generic descriptions, get the data, customize later on the high volume ad groups. So let's go ahead and fill out 4 generic descriptions. All right, I have my 4 descriptions in there, just did a bit of brainstorming and thinking about my store as a whole. And what you can see, shop iPhone cases and accessories, finest materials, 2 times faster charging, high quality materials, that's the Nomad promise, minimalist, sleek, functional designs for the everyday nomad. So these are all kind of relevant to the store as a whole, and later on I can come and customize these. So now I've filled out my headlines and descriptions and display path. Remember all this stuff down here, these are the additional assets that you can set at the account level, so I'm not going to fill them in here. Rather, you should set these at the account level, as I mentioned earlier. This ad is pretty much good to go, but as a final step, let's look at ad strength. It's already good, but let's see why it's not excellent. In this case, include popular keywords in your headlines. Now remember, best practice is to use this as an indicator, but don't sweat it. We're good, not excellent. I'm not too fussed about that, but let's see what the suggestions are for including popular keywords in your headlines. Now, I think I've already got the popular keywords in here, but let's see the ideas. So it's giving me ideas. Mags, it's saying like, okay, I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one. And it's giving me suggestions for other popular keywords I could get in here. So let's have a look. iPhone 14, I don't really want to put that in there because we are on iPhone 15 now. So this is one where Google is just not quite up to date. Once again, iPhone 14, don't really want to put that in there. We're on iPhone 15 at the time of this video. Best 3-in-1 MagSafe charger. So I've already got 3-in-1 in one of my headlines. So I've pretty much covered this. So this is why I say don't necessarily sweat the ad strength indicator. We don't need it to be excellent. I kind of don't really think we need to get any more of these keywords in here. We've really covered the main stuff. So ad strength indicator, good. That's good enough. And this ad is good to go. Once you are up and running with your responsive search ads, you may want to master your management of keywords, search terms, and ad groups. This video I have for you up here has you covered. It covers my method for managing keywords in a search campaign, and it's called the seed mining method. In the video, I will also share with you my custom Google Ads script to automate the method, so go check it out and get my custom script.